Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Rick.
And we are back with Mission 2 of our campaign, the Joppa Incident. So, last time, the forces of the Capellan Confederation dealt a telling blow to the 12th Vegan Rangers. Tom just couldn't pull it out. So, we've got Rick. Rick was with us at PAX. Some of you might have met him. Rick has a storied history of playing Mech Warrior, the RPG, with us.
Sure, very storied.
Very storied. So, he's here tonight. He's helping us out, and he's ready to take on my Capellan Chargers. So, what's going on tonight? Well, it's a straight up just slugfest. Two forces meeting in a valley. Again, they're looking for that lost dropship. So, they're just basically head on, they make contact, and we're just going to try to knock each other out.
I love it, man. Yeah. That's my type of game.
It's your type of game, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what's going on here with the mission? It's a pitch battle. So basically the way it works is you get objective points for crippling mechs, so putting them in force withdrawal, and then also more points for destroying the mechs. So whoever comes out on top will be the victor of this mission. Now remember guys, it's a campaign, so that damage is persistent. So if one force looks like they're getting on top, don't be surprised if they start to withdraw.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the mechs. Mm-hmm. I will. You want to go first?
Sure.
All right. What do you got for me tonight, Rick?
Tonight I'm playing with a Trebuchet and a Thunderbolt.
Okay.
Those are 2-force.
Okay.
And I'm also going to be playing with a Wolverine and a Jenner, and they're 3-force.
Very nice. Yeah. So that's a nice, balanced lance there. I went a little bit. I spread the spectrum a little bit on my side. I've got the Mighty Atlas, just packing some nastiness. I have the Death Commando Charger. So he's my elite. He's my 2-4. My elite. It's 2-4. It's all I could fit. I couldn't make him any better. And then I've got two more mechs on the smaller side. I've got a Vindicator, and then I have a Panther as well. So lots of PPCs. No spoilers though. Right. But we'll see how this one shakes out. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Let's do it. Guys, stick around. We're going to check out the battle grid, and we'll be right back. All right, Wargamers. So before we dive into the battle grid, we're going to do a little something different for this campaign. We're going to go through the downtime and talk about exactly what happened with the repairs and how our support points were spent after the outcome of the last mission. So first and foremost, I wanted to thank my friend and our subscriber, Sam, aka Archer Worth. Sam and I played Mech Warrior back in the day together. Really happy to have him here watching the channel. Thanks for this suggestion, man. Really hope you're enjoying a nice stogie while you're watching this spat rep. We're going to start out with the 12th Vegan Rangers. So in the last mission, they took a Battlemaster, Vindicator, Jenner, and Commando. That Commando was destroyed with an ammo explosion. There were 4 sections remaining, so that provided some salvage to the Capellan Chargers. The Battlemaster was basically untouched. Some support points spent to reload the ammo bins there. The Vindicator, very messed up. All sorts of damage across the board here, this poor thing. So basically, the time it's going to take to repair all of those internal sections, plus the actuators, it's going to leave that mech out of commission and was not available for Mission 2. You'll also notice that the pilot was not healed up. Tom opted not to spend the support points, basically 100 support points just to knock out a box on that pilot. So that's very costly. So if that guy goes back into battle, he will come in with 1 wound. The Jenner took a little bit of armor damage, so not terribly expensive to repair there. So onto the Capellan side, they fared a little bit better. They do have 2 mechs down and out of commission for Mission 2. The Dragon, as you remember, Flechette took that nasty headshot as well, so the internal structure there needs to be repaired. Also opting here not to heal up the pilot. Again, it's 100 support points. It wasn't really worth it to me. The Enforcer got just wrecked, and that was a very expensive repair, costing 195 support points. That large laser, medium laser both needed to be repaired. That whole left side just totally cored out, so that was not cheap. The Griffin taking marginal damage, also needing a reload, so 27 support points spent there. So in total, 174 support points spent by the Vagan Rangers and 256 spent in total by the Capellans. That is offset by the Commando Salvage by 20 support points. So basically 236 out of pocket after that mission for the Capellans. All right, so now let's get into the battle grid, and then we'll roll right into Mission 2. Exciting stuff. Stick around.
Attention, Capellan Mechs, this is Lieutenant James Anderson of the 12th Rangers, and this here moon is under the jurisdiction of the Federated Suns. Now I recommend y'all take those nice toys and head on back to your dropship. You have no sovereignty, Lieutenant. This entire system belongs to the Chancellor and House Liao. Power down or we will open fire. Well, I thought you might say that. Bad choice, Cappy. Shade, let's light him up. Picking up 2 new contacts.
Missiles incoming!
Clear the channel. They're still out of range. Form up on my lead and protect the flank. Lock on with long-range missiles and particle cannons. Fire at will.
Yanis Valley on Joppa IV, quiet, but 2 forces moving in, battle about to erupt in just moments. So, Rick,
Yes.
you were the defender, you got to choose, you picked that table edge there, and I'm picking this table edge here. The valley's split down the middle by a snaking river, so we'll have to see how that terrain comes into play. But Rick will be moving on to the battlefield first, and we'll be right back after turn 1. All right, the Lances are now in approach. The 12th Vagan Rangers, the Capellan Confederation, on a collision course. Now, we didn't mention this yet, but it is dusk. That means there is limited visibility. 30-inch is the maximum visual. That's where people go out of visual range, I should say. Sensor range still at 16 inches. So not too much going on here. On the Capellan side, I'll talk real quick about what I did. I have a fairly tight formation, 2 in the middle, 1 on either flank. looking to move them in behind those forests, hopefully to continue to obstruct line of sight. Because remember, even if you're within 30 inches, if you can't draw a line of sight because of buildings or terrain, they would still remain blips. So, Rick, tell us what happened on your side here. Anything special going on with your movement?
No. My plan is to bring my forces in from the right over here, try and flush stuff around back over to these guys on the left with a high vantage point. So,
I like
see how it plays out.
Yep. All right. Yes, we will. All right, guys, we'll be right back with turn 2. All right, despite the setting sun, mechs are revealed. Several mechs now within range of firing and also visual range there. So Thunderbolt, Wolverine, Jenner, Trebuchet. We have a mysterious mech. It's the Vindicator. A Charger, an Atlas, and the Panther. So obviously you can deduce that remaining radar blip is the Vindicator, however, leaving it on the board for the time being until it is actually discovered by Rick. So Rick, you have no shots this round.
No, I don't.
Tell me what you got here in terms of movement. Anything special?
I wouldn't say anything special. More a miscalculation on my part.
Okay, well that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, especially in a game like this where you're supposed to set yourself up early. So we'll just see how it works out.
All right. So what's giving you trouble? The river over there?
Yeah. It's been a bit of time since I played with a river and did not calculate the crossing of it, effectively in my planning.
Right, and this is a level 1 river, so it is about 6 MP to get fully across, to get down, in, across, and back up. So on my side here, this radar blip, it's the Vindicator, moved up the hill. What I was hoping to do was, again, I mentioned this last turn, keep that Panther there and the Vindicator there in cover so that there was a little bit of confusion on his side. But he managed to get that Thunderbolt out beyond that forest and drew line of sight to the Panther there. Panther has no shots. The Atlas moved up on this ridge line and is going to be sighting down that nearest target. That is a Jenner. Now, I need an 11 to hit. I'm firing an LRM-10. This is a modified Atlas, as you may have seen there. So here we go. Miss. All right, so the next mech here is this Charger. Right in front of the Atlas there, true Death Commando style, also sighting down that Jenner. And this guy, he's a little bit of a better gunner, so he needs a 10 to hit. Here we go. Ooh, he gets it. All right, so 10 missiles coming in. Cluster confirmation. That's 2 clusters, rolling for location. Here we go. Oh, I saw that 6 turn. I was hoping for a headshot. Atlas down. But we have a center torso and a left arm. All right, we are back. It's turn 3. The Capellans won initiative again. So the Rangers here looking to fire. Rick, we're starting out what? With the Thunderbolt here?
Yep, with the Thunderbolt.
So what happened with his movement?
So we brought him up to try and get line of sight into your guys while still keeping some cover. I actually put him in a position where both he and the Trebuchet are able to shoot at, I forget the mech's name.
Oh, the Charger,
yeah,
the Death
Charger.
Commando, yes.
That's right.
It's a rare mech, because they usually suck. But
Alright, well hopefully I can bang it out and
just take them down. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so Thunderbolt, nice clear line of sight.
Alright. So for the Thunderbolt, I need 2 8s. I'm shooting my LRM-10s. I need an 8 to hit with my LRM-10s. So
On the Trebuchet, the 2 LRM-10s, yeah?
my bad.
Yeah. Well, they both start with the letter T.
You know.
Okay.
Well, 1 hits.
Okay, rolling for clusters.
Alright, so 1 of the 10s hits. Let's see what we got.
Okay, so 1 cluster hits, and then roll for location. All right, so 9. So it's going to be 5 points to the left leg. All right, brand new Thunderbolt model. Nice, freshly painted. I love it. It's one of my favorite models from the new box set there. All right, so this guy you said also shooting at the Charger.
Yep.
On the far side of the valley. What does he need to hit?
He needs an 8 as well.
All right, that's those nice two gunnery scores paying dividends for you. Here we go.
Well, that's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
All right, man. So you lucked out. Only taking 5 points of damage to the left leg on the trebuchet hit. So
that's right.
Good deal. All right, so the Wolverine, I moved him up to try and get him into position to take a shot, giving myself a little bit of coverage. I figured that really he was opening up to PPCs anyway, so I might as well just get him in close to take a shot at your guys. So I'm going after
little Panther over there.
The little Panther.
Poor guy. Just picking on the little guy.
That's right.
So what's the Wolvie need to hit here?
So the Wolverine needs a 10 on the large.
This pilot is named Frostbite, one of my favorite call signs.
It's a wonderful call sign.
Wonderful.
Especially on a
very
evening.
Festive, yeah.
That's right. Evening like this, the time of year, I love it. All right, baby. So let's see what we got here.
Oh, nails it. All right, so let's see where he hits. All right, so that's right arm. That's not too bad, though. I believe the right arm is the home to the PPC on that Panther, so I'll have to double check that, but that could pay off for you.
And then I also brought my Jenner over into formation over here just to get him out of line of sight over there, trying to get a tighter group into this side of the table.
Yeah, looking good. All right, so that wraps up on the Vegan Ranger side. So back over to the Capellan side here. The Capellan Chargers, the Lone Death Commando, about to open up a can of the old you-know-what on this Wolverine. So I have Solitaire in his Atlas, firing across the valley there at the Wolverine. I don't have favorable target numbers. I need 9s on the LRM. I need 10s on these PPCs. I'm going to be just chain firing these, hoping for the best. That's a miss. Oh, all right. So 3 misses from the Atlas. That was ugly. Moving across.
I love it, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so Charger's up next. I need 10s. He's got an LRM 10 sailing across the battlefield here. God, not even my Death Commando can hit. Man. All right, so I got the Vindicator. He has an LRM 5. He's actually revealed. I should probably replace his model. He is seen. So he can see that Wolverine. Wolverine can see him. Also needs a 10. Gets it. Old reliable. Not really. I mean, it's the first shot. So I'm just hoping, though. All right, so that's a 5-point cluster. Full damage there from the LRM 5. Going into the Wolverine. That is a 2. Uh-oh. Beep, beep, beep. That's a floating critical. So let me roll that up. Give me a 12. That's left arm. It's garbage. All right, so the left arm's going to take 5. I'm going to roll it on camera. Can I confirm a critical hit? I cannot. Last up for the Chargers is the Panther. Longtooth. He needs 10s. PPC, LRM 5. Love this variant. I swapped that SRM 4 for an LRM. Always makes me feel better about this mix. So here we go. Need a 10. Chain firing.
Nice.
Wow, this low light vision here is not working on these mechs. Apparently the sun has set and now it's pitch black because these guys can't hit a thing. But that wraps up turn 3, guys. Moving into turn 4, these lances getting closer. We'll see who gets the first kill. It's turn 4. Things are heating up. Some nice lance movement here by both teams. The Capellan staying in a tight sort of line abreast here. Rick bringing his mechs around, those Vegan Rangers trying to outflank on the Capellan's right side. But shooting first, I did lose initiative this time. Rick managed to pull one out of his hat after a tiebreaker.
It was an amazing roll.
Phenomenal roll. It's a highlight of my life. So I'm going to be shooting. I'm going to stay on that Wolverine. He's my primary target. The Panther. So basically, Panther backed up here. I'm trying to keep him protected. He is sort of my weak link. So I'm using that forest to shield him from that onslaught of that Wolverine and Thunderbolt. The Atlas moved down off the hill. He's going to be firing 2 PPCs and an LRM-10 across at that Wolverine. So my target number is not very favorable. I need 9s. I will be chain firing again. So PPC number 1. PPC number 2. And the LRM. Here we go. Come on. Come on. God, this pilot needs to go back to school. Okay, so the next mech here was the Charger. Similar to the Vindicator here. He just moved down off the hill. He too will be firing across at that Wolverine. Now, the Charger needs 8s and 9s. What do you think? Should I group fire? I gotta chain fire. I'm still not feeling it. So I need an 8 on the LRM. Here we go. I got that. And I need a 9 on this guy, on the AC. Just missed it. Really wanted that big gun to hit. All right, clusters on the LRM 10. All right, got them both. So it's a little something. Little missiles raining down here as the sun sets on Joppa IV. All right, so we have a right torso and a right leg, each taking 5 points of damage. Vindicator. Last one on the Capellan side, firing across that forking river at the Wolverine. I need 10s. Horrible numbers here. I don't know what's up. Too much range, I guess. I should probably get closer. Miss. And most definitely a miss. Possibly jams and explodes on the rack. All right, so we'll be right back with the Rangers.
All right, so I brought the forces up a little bit closer. I took the Wolverine out from the middle of the stream. Spent a couple points to get across and move back up. Again, I'm still in PPC range of that Atlas over there, but I wanted to grab the forces together so that we can take shots up there at the Charger. I continued bringing my other fellows around, my other mechs around, out of the trees, pulling the cluster up. The Jenner built up a little bit of heat, but he's not going to be shooting this round, so I don't really care. And the trebuchet just kept on moving down out of the woods. So
yeah.
All right, so I think what we're going to do is start with the Thunderbolt. Everybody this round is going after the Charger. We're going to focus fire on him. And for the Thunderbolt, I need 8s on the LRMs and the PPC. So.
All right, so LRM 10, PPC coming in. Are you going to chain fire these? You need what do you need? 8s?
I need 8s.
That's a tough one. You going to chain fire? Or are you going to roll them all together?
I should probably roll them all together.
You're going for broke? All right, do it up.
All right. So let's come on, baby. Well, 1 hits, so the LRM hits.
Just
PPC
missed.
misses.
All right, so cool. 2 of the black dice to confirm your clusters for the LRM, sir. Very nice. Very nice. So that's 10 points of damage, and roll for location. So pilot die and the 2 blacks, and then we'll see where this. Oh, floating critical! Look at that. So 5 points to the right arm, and then a floating critical. So on the floating critical, we'll pick up the double 1s there and re-roll those.
Roll for confirmation.
For the location actually. What'd you get? A 6. So that's right torso. I don't even know. There could be ammo in there. So it's 5 points to the right torso.
Cool.
And then here, I'll get this one out. It's buried in the forest.
Thank you.
And now, if you'd like to roll to confirm, an 8 or better will deliver a critical hit. All right. So no critical hit.
Okay.
But some damage dealt to the Charger to start out.
So next up is the Wolverine. He is also shooting the Charger. He needs a 9 on the large laser. Nice.
This Wolverine pilot.
He's something
is this
else,
Frostbite?
isn't he?
That's his name, right?
Yeah,
We gave him some props earlier. He is on form tonight. All right, so that's a direct hit. Roll for location. Just don't roll a 12 again. I'll cry. All right, so 6. That's another shot to the right torso.
Cool. All right, so we're going to be rounding this turn out with the trebuchet also shooting the Charger. So let's see what Pilot Shade here can do.
Needed 8s, right?
I did need 8s. I
Well,
should have said that.
That's all right. You know, it's hard to
So-
torso twist and fire missiles. You know.
All right.
Well, that rounds out the turn. So, guys, we have a little bit of damage here. I think we're going to skip the damage recap and go right into turn 5 because nothing substantial here to report on. So we'll be right back. Turn 5 coming right up. All right, it's turn 5, guys. We are back. The Vegan Rangers lost initiative this round, so the Capellans had the benefit of moving last. So, Rick.
So we're starting with the trebuchet, also firing at the charger. I moved the trebuchet out from cover behind this hill into the river. So he's sitting pretty low right now. He's got decent cover there in the river.
Right, so just his head, basically. Just the helmet there, peeking over the rocks. Enough to lob some LRMs across at the charger. What do you need to hit?
He needs a 8 to hit on the LRM.
All right, so he's firing both LRM 10s?
Yes, he is.
All right.
All right. Let's see if I can get a decent roll here. Well, one hit.
Not bad. All right, so one LRM 10 hits, so we're going to roll 2 clusters for confirmation. Got them both. Okay. And then roll those up with your pilot die,
Yep.
and we'll figure out where those clusters land.
Come on, baby.
Not bad. All right, so center torso and right arm.
So I moved the Jenner from cover to more cover.
Smart play.
He is running away. So
Got to keep him alive. That's the name of the game.
that's right. Just running all around the board. So we'll see if we can work him into some action a little bit later. But right now, just staying out of it. Wants to make sure he stays away from that Atlas. All right. So next up, we're going to go with the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is also going to be firing at the charger. Thunderbolt walked backwards, tried to put a little bit of distance between himself and the others, but he also kept himself in range for the LRM and PPC. So he's in long range with the LRM and extreme with the PPC. So
Right.
he needs 7 with the LRM and an 8 with the PPC.
All right. Come on. Looks like everything hits.
Nice.
Pretty good. All right, so you need 2, roll those 2 black dice for the cluster confirmation on the 10. All right, so that's 15 points of damage along with the PPC there. So roll up the PPC, yep, and the 1 black die and the yellow die as well. And then we are going to figure out where these guys hit. So that's another center torso shot and left torso this time. So that's 20 points of damage on the charger so far this round, which means an automatic piloting check at the end of the shooting phase.
Awesome.
I would beg to differ.
I think it's great. And finally, we got the Wolverine. Ran forward, trying to get himself really just some speed. We were going to try and get up and start flanking around to go after the small little guy over there.
No, the Panther?
Yeah,
That's
the
rude.
Panther. Right, well, I can't hit him. He's in cover anyway, so because I can't hit him, we're going to go after the charger.
Now, you pulled a pretty pro move here, Rick, with the torso twist, and then you're going to swing that arm around so that you can actually get line of sight on that charger.
That's right.
Love that.
Thanks.
And what does this Wolverine, what does our buddy Frostbite need to hit? He's been reliable for you tonight.
Frosty's been rolling hot, man, so he needs a 10 to hit.
Oh boy, that's a high number.
It is a high number.
All right, so.
Alright, so. Alright. Come on, Frosty. Well,
You know, he was halfway there.
the streak had to stop someplace, right?
It was a tough shot, but you know what? Not bad. 20 points of damage on the charger. Again, forcing that piloting check, but let's see what the Capellans can do next.
Can't wait.
The Mighty Atlas, Solitaire, hasn't really done anything tremendous yet, but he's feeling good right now. So he's going to Alpha Strike. I need 7s and 8s. So we've got 2 PPCs, an autocannon 10, and an LRM 10. And of course, Dynamo, the Death Commando in the Charger, calling the Wolverine. Calling the Thunderbolt as the primary target. So last minute shift
Shift
here.
and focus, okay.
Yes, I was looking at my target numbers. I was like, oh, that looks low, but that's right. They're all shooting the Thunderbolt. So this is going to be exciting, guys. Let's see. I'm group firing, Rick. I'm feeling bold.
Love it. Let's see what you got.
Let's see what we got here. Solitaire. You going to make a name for yourself as a winner or as a punk? As a winner, guys. That could be a winner. So this PPC hits. Everything hits. Look at that, guys. That is brutal. That is potentially 35 points of damage. Just 32 points, but still pretty good. Rolling for location. I'm feeling excited. Nothing too tremendous. Little right arm, little right leg, little right torso, little left torso. So a bunch of splash, but definitely left a mark on that Thunderbolt. All right, so Longtooth up next. He is firing, just emerging from the edge of the woods, firing on that Thunderbolt. He needs 8s and 9s. I need an 8 on the LRM and 9 on the PPC. That hits. Give me a 9. No. All right, so can I confirm a cluster here? I cannot. So 2 points of damage. Just mediocre. That's also hitting the right torso. All right, so the Vindicator up next. He just trudged down that hill, trying to catch some of these retreating mechs or these flanking mechs or whatever the heck's going on. That Trebuchet again, like underwater. So we're shooting the Thunderbolt here with the Vindicator. Need 9s. LRM 5. Get it? Cluster. I get it. Location. Another right torso shot. So 5 more to the right torso. Dynamo in his Charger. The Lone Death Commando. Lance Commander. He is here. He's going to help me get us over 39 points of damage to 40, so I can hurt your piloting a little bit more when you make that roll. So he needs 7s. Just firing an LRM 10 here.
Oof, nice.
You're letting me down. You're letting me down, Dynamo. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up turn 5. We're going to go right to the damage recap next. Turn 5 damage report. After a few rounds of shooting, finally some damage turns up on the Thunderbolt after the entire Capellan Lance turns its focus there. Still, though, armor holding up very well. The Wolverine took a little bit of fire earlier in the game as it made its flanking advance, and that Jenner early on took some LRM fire, but again, armor across the board holding strong for these 12th Vegan Rangers. Now, on the side of the Capellan Confederation, things are looking very similar. However, that Charger starting to show a little bit of wear across that torso section. Center torso down below 50%. Same thing on the right torso as well. The Panther took a little bit of fire early, and that Atlas up to 2 points of heat after alpha striking. Turn 6 already. The battle line still holding. This Wolverine, what's he doing? He's got some crazy stuff going on. So we had a very tight initiative round here. I rolled a 12, Rick rolled a 10. So some very high numbers there. But right. The Capellans pulled out another one. So these Rangers, Rick, tell us.
So my Rangers are still trying to press fire against your guys, but unfortunately nothing's hitting. So my Wolverine was trying a different tactic up there. He was trying to get up on top of the hill to get a line of sight on that Panther over there. Now, luckily, the Panther was not able to get out of his range.
I did try.
So you did try, but you weren't able to. So hopefully, I can roll something sweet and actually hit him. Unfortunately, I do have to roll 10s to hit the Panther, and I have not been rolling well.
Well, we'll see what happens. All right, so we'll start there. 10s to hit.
Yep.
Let's see. Frostbite, though, has nailed a couple of these difficult extreme range shots.
The Frostbite has been frosty recently. So, all right.
Here we go. Oh,
sweet.
He nails it again.
Love it.
Unreal. Now, I was just
Frosty.
looking at the angle of fire here. I believe he is in the right side arc. I was looking to see if he was in rear, but I don't think he's quite there yet. So this is the right side arc of that Panther. So go ahead and roll up location, and we'll have to reference the table here. It's an 8. That might be center torso. I believe that it is. So on the right side there, yep, looks like CT. So that's a pretty solid shot against that Panther.
So our Jenner moved from cover to more cover. So he's just
what
right
Jenners do.
Yep. Yeah, he's on the board, but he is not in the action. He wants to be as far away from it as possible. So we took the, I guess the Thunderbolt, moved it down, trying to get into the water, to get some cover in the water, but wasn't quite able to get there. Penalty moving down the hill. So he is going to be shooting at the Charger. He is, though, in decent range. So,
all right.
Yep.
What kind of numbers do we need for Halo over here?
We need 6 for the LRM and a 7 for the PPC.
All right.
All right, buddy.
So you needed a 7 and a what?
I needed a 6 and a 7.
6
so
and
the
a 7.
LRM hits, the PPC misses.
No, you got them.
Did
I? You got a 7, yes.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's math, huh?
Yep.
All
That's
right.
new math. We were just
we go.
talking about this. Yep. And what do we got here? So we have a right leg, bad news, and right arm. So right leg, unfortunately, is going to be a no-hit because the Charger is under level 1 water there. So his lower extremities are covered up. So some luck there for the Death Commandos.
All right, so Trebuchet decided to stay in the creek, move forward, keep some cover, get himself in the closer distance with the Charger. He needs 6s for the LRM to hit.
All right, so this seems
doable, right?
Seems doable. Now the Trebuchet has 2 LRM 10s, correct?
Right.
You're firing both.
I am.
Here's your other one over there.
I appreciate it.
Hidden in the forest once again. All right, so here we go. Looking for 6s.
Well, that sucks.
That is unfortunate. However, this one I believe is a cracked dice. Can we balance? We cannot balance anything on it, so that is cracked by rule. So re-roll that one. All right, so you do get one. You do get one LRM landed. So roll 2d6 for the clusters. The 2 blacks. We're going to see if we can get. Can't even get 2 clusters landed. So 1 cluster lands, and roll up 1 black die and your pilot die, and we'll check location here. So center torso. All right. So again, the Death Commando walking through fire here, but now it'll be his turn for retribution. All right. Here we are on the side of the Capellan Chargers with their Death Company buddy. I keep saying Death Company. It's Death Commandos. Playing 40K for too many years, I think. So the Death Commando's there. It's like blasphemy. So who am I going to start with? Rick, I'm going to start with my buddy Solitaire. He's on a hot streak.
All right.
So the Atlas here, sighting down that Thunderbolt. They're all staying on the Thunderbolt with the exception of the Panther. So the Atlas, just moving forward up to the river, he needs 6s and 7s, 6 on the LRM, 7s on everything else. Here we go. You cursed me, Rick. I heard you whisper it under your breath. So that misses. That misses. Still 20 points of damage, though. Let's see where. All right, so we have right torso, and we have we have left leg. So right torso and left leg. All right, so Dynamo and his Charger up next, half submerged, firing up out of the creek bed there at the Thunderbolt. Also needs 6s and 7s. 6 on his LRM, 7 on the AC-10. Here we go. All right, my buddy in the Vindicator here, firing over at the Thunderbolt, torso twisting. He needs 8s and 9s. Not as good of a pilot here. He's a little bit further range. So 8 on the LRM, 9 on the PPC. I will be chain firing. So looking for an 8 here. Got it. And looking for a 9 here. Did not get it. All right, so this is an LRM 5. Get the cluster, so 5 points. That's going into the Thunderbolt's right arm. Longtooth and the Panther cannot sight down that Thunderbolt because the meaty backside of the Atlas is in the way. One of our house rules here, we do play miniature rules, so models do actually block line of sight here. But he is firing at the Trebuchet. It's a little bit of a long distance shot. He needs 9s. I will be chain firing. So here we go. Almost, but almost. As Vin Diesel once said, doesn't matter if you win by an inch. I don't know how that applies. Anyway, here we go. So that's a miss too. So man, just a terrible round of shooting. Rick, how do you feel?
All over the place. guys.
I feel like for a pitched battle, we are not doing very well. Not a whole lot of damage has been dealt. I said 2 turns ago, I was like, I feel good about this turn. Something's going to happen. And it's just, they're just chipping away at each other in the dance of death. But we will be right back here with the damage recap, and then we'll head into turn 7. Turn 6 damage report on the side of the 12th Vagan Rangers. Not much has changed. The Thunderbolt slowly melting away here, but nothing substantial, just under 50% on that right side. But these mechs really struggling to deliver damage to each other. On the Capellan side, it is a similar story. The Charger continues to get whittled away. Not a whole lot of extra damage showing there, just some more on the right arm. But that Panther does take a nasty large laser shot to the center torso there, courtesy of the Wolverine, and also that Atlas up to 4 points of heat now. Turn 7. Can't believe it. This game is definitely one of the longer ones. Usually things have happened by now, but all the mechs, still dancing around each other here. This time, the Rangers won initiative. And so that means I had to make the first move, and it was difficult. It took me a little bit of time here, but I'll tell you what's happening. So my Atlas turned and ran up along the riverbank, and he's going to be firing down at that Thunderbolt. So the Atlas needs 8s across the board, does need to cool off a little bit, firing an LRM-10, AC-10, but just 1 PPC this turn. So looking for 8s across the board. We'll be group firing. Here we go. Alright, so AC-10 misses. Still get a PPC. Rolling for clusters on the LRM-10. Just 1. And then we're rolling for location. So here we go. Alright, so floating critical with the PPC. That could be juicy. 5 points to the right torso. Let's see where the floating critical lands on this Thunderbolt. CT. Oh, 10 points to the CT. And do we get a critical hit? This could. I need a 12 and triple engine hits. Here we go. Here we go. A 9. All right, so a 9 is 1 critical hit. So we'll roll this one up here right on camera. So this is going to be the outer. Right, so there's 2, right, so 1 to 3, 4 to 6. So it's the second, it's the bottom tier on the Thunderbolt, and a 2.
Critical hit.
So I believe that is a fusion engine hit on the Thunderbolt.
It is a fusion engine hit.
Woo, feels good. So the Charger, alpha striking the Thunderbolt. I debated it, but I decided I was going to do it. I'm glad I did. So he moved along in the river there and is right at the cusp of extreme range. So firing an LRM-10, an AC-10, 2 mediums, and an SRM-6. I was so excited. Oh, no! And look at all these 6s in there. Oh, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Obviously, too much current in the creek for this guy. Obviously. So we are going to, plus it's dusk. I mean, just cut this guy a break. So we're going to move right into the Vindicator. What did I do with the Vindicator? So he actually jumped. He was facing the wrong way, so I just jumped him up and over to there, and he's going to be torso twisting, also priming up that Thunderbolt. He needs 9s, courtesy of those jump jets. LRM-5 and PPC coming in hot. Here we go. Looking for 9s. I feel like I should chain fire, but was already group firing. I already declared it. Here we go.
Nice.
Not nice, Rick.
It's
not. It's not
this
nice.
Poor guy over here, Halo's having a rough time at it right now.
Yeah, it is a true story. So I'm going to move lastly into the Panther. Panther needs 8s and 9s. LRM-5 PPC. Similar payload as that Vindicator. So here we go. Gonna be group firing. I was going for group firing the whole turn. So nothing. Unreal. So I want to say I was unlucky, but I did get that through armor critical engine hit. So I feel good about that, but I feel like I could have done more. So we'll see what the Rangers have in store. This Wolverine up to no good out on that right flank.
So the Vagan Rangers are back up at it. The Jenner has decided to stay exactly where he is. He's got green covered, so there's no reason to move him.
He's not messing around, this guy.
No, he's just hanging out, having some
Very
lunch.
conservative gameplay out of the Jenner, but I get it.
Absolutely. He's just got to get a little too close to start taking shots, and it's going to really expose him. So, the Wolverine, he has decided to start making his way back to join the rest of his party. He's a little bit too far out right now, so he can't help any of the rest of the troop go after the Charger, but what he can do is shoot at the Atlas. Okay. So he is going to take a pot shot and hope, beyond hope that he's going to... Absolutely. Right, headshot. It's going to be fantastic.
Okay. Right. Well, what's he need to hit? He has been... he was hot last time.
He needs 9. Last time he rolled a 10.
Listen,
so this time we're rolling 9.
That's a substantially better number.
Right. So where's my piloting die? Oh, here it is.
All right.
So we're doing the large. All right, buddy. Let's get that 9.
Oh my God, this guy.
Sweet.
Going down in the history of the Vegan Rangers. What a champ. Getting a promotion for sure. Absolutely. So, roll those 2 up again, and we'll see if you can get Snake Eyes or a 12. 1 in 36 chance.
Nope, no Snake Eyes.
So close. All right, well, that is right leg. I think the Atlas has about 3,000 points of armor on the leg.
I'm sure.
But, hey, it's better than nothing.
It is a hit. So the Thunderbolt has come off of the terrain up there, the first level terrain.
The little bank.
He's brought himself into the water because he's got heat sinks in his legs, and he is going to Alpha Strike at the Charger.
Wise choice.
All right, so we're going to try and dissipate a little bit of heat and hopefully hit this guy.
All right.
All right, so he needs, the LRM needs 6, PPC needs 6, and the mediums need 8.
Yeah, and this guy's packing 3 medium lasers, so it is meaty.
I need 1 more.
All right.
So we are going. All right, so we'll do my medium.
Are you gonna group fire all of them together?
I probably shouldn't, but I will.
Yeah, do it. Grab the PPC and the LRM. Let's go. Black.
I like all those reds. All right, guy. All right, Halo. Let's see what you got here. Come on. Well, that sucks. All right.
Well, you know what? You got a medium and your 2 big guns. So 2 mediums miss, but overall not a bad hit. So it's gonna be you gotta roll 2 black dice to confirm your clusters. If you get 1, that's 20 points of damage.
Let's see what we got.
We'll force a piloting check. So that's 25 points of damage onto the Charger just from this salvo. So roll all of those dice up, and let's see what you got. All right, so I see a whole bunch of right arm. I see a little bit of right torso and a little bit of left torso as well.
Awesome. So the Trebuchet has moved a little further up this creek so that he could get himself a target modifier. So
what's he need?
6s.
6s. All right, that's an easy. The last time he needed 6s, so I don't want to.
Right? Don't say it's easy.
Don't say it's easy. I feel good for you on this one.
Do you?
I feel good for me on this one.
Super.
All right, well, that wraps up shooting. Again, no one down. No one enforced withdrawal. No objective points scored. But the Charger and the Thunderbolt, both feeling some pain. Just nobody is down or out. All right, so damage recap coming right up. Turn 7 damage report. Things are starting to happen. The Thunderbolt gets drilled with a through armor critical, hits the engine. That mech is up to 6 points of heat now, looking at a movement penalty. But other than that lucky shot, really the armor is holding up just fine. On the Capellan side, the Charger is starting to get beat up. Internal on the right arm, thankfully no critical hits there. The entire torso section below 50%, on the brink of hitting the internal structure. Otherwise, though, the entire lance looking pretty good. The Charger up to 4 points of heat. That Panther up to 2.
So in this round, Duster over here has finally started taking himself out of cover. He is thinking about getting into the action at some point over the next few turns.
Maybe.
Might happen.
Maybe.
Not sure, might happen. So Frostbite's moved himself in. He was on level 3. He's come down to level 2. He is trying to get down here with his buddies. He wants to get in closer so that he can engage next time with his mediums. But for right now, we're shooting a large laser, still focusing everything in on the charger.
All right. So what kind of numbers does Frostbite need here?
He needs 9s.
9s. So, you know, for him, it's like a walk in the park.
Yeah, this guy's money. It's the only one that is. Yeah, except for that time.
Well, you know.
All right. So too bad, Frostbite. We took the Trebuchet. Pilot Slade. Actually, yeah, Pilot Slade has moved in the water, ran down laterally, keeping herself in the water. She's got coverage down.
Right, so legs are all covered, right?
So we're doing good. Firing against the Charger again. She needs 6s to hit on the LRMs.
All right, so here we go.
Okay, let's go.
This time,
sweet.
This time it's a hit. All right, so we're gonna roll 2 pairs of 2 dice to confirm clusters on those LRMs. So first LRM 10. That's 10 points. All right, and the second LRM 10. All right, so not bad. So 15 clusters. So we'll grab 3 black dice, roll them up with the pilot die, and we'll see where these 3 clusters end up landing. Oh, I see. Well, I see 1 floating critical. Could it be an engine hit? I see right leg and, thank you, deep in the forest yet again, and right arm. Okay, so 5 to the right leg, 5 to the right arm. Let's re-roll these and see where that floating critical actually lands.
12. Damn it.
All right, so that's right arm again. All right, so 10 points to the right arm.
Cool.
And that's actually already internal. So roll this up and let's see if that is a critical hit. Just the 2 dice again.
10.
All right. Well, this is going to be probably a slagged right arm. It's 2 critical hits, plus you actually have 2 more to confirm from the other 2 shots.
Cool.
We'll figure this out. Be right back.
So the Thunderbolt stayed in the water. He's trying to dissipate some of that extra heat that he built up last time. He is going to be firing against the Charger, just like everybody else. We're still focusing in on this Charger.
Smart play.
LRM needs 6 PPC needs 7.
PPPs.
The PCP, you know.
PCP, right. So you're just doing the LRM and the PPC. They're out of medium laser range now, aren't they?
Yep.
All right, so I'm sorry, you said you needed 6s and...
6 and 7.
6 and 7, all right, it's doable. It's hittable. All right, so 2 clusters to confirm on the LRM 10. All right, so that's 15 more damage.
Cool.
So that's 30 points in total. Let's roll up all those locations together, and we'll see where this lands. I'm sorry, actually, that's 20 points of damage. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So let's see what happens here. All right. So more on the right leg. So it's 15 to the right leg, and 5 more to that banged up right torso. They are drilling into the right side of this mech. There could be some more critical hits. We'll have to see. Okay. So we're back on the Capellan side here. I did, by the way, win initiative. I don't think we mentioned that earlier. So what I basically am going to start with is this Atlas, who continues to move his way along the riverbank here. He needs 7s and 8s. He will be alpha striking. So here we go. 7s and 8s. Oh, ugh. Wow, big whiff. Only the AC-10 hits. Again, this is on the Thunderbolt, by the way. 7, so center torso. Downside is the thing's got tons of armor left. Remember, that engine hit was a through armor critical. So 10 points of that meaty CT. I don't think it's going to do much. All right, Charger's up next. Dynamo firing across at that Thunderbolt, trying to continue to do damage on this beast of a mech. So this guy is going to need 6s. So again, you know, courtesy of his good gunnery there, looking for 6s. This is LRM and AC-10. Just managed to sneak them both in. Alright, so need to roll for cluster confirmation. Nothing. So just a 2-point cluster. So it's going to be 12 points of damage. And that looks like it's going to be right arm and right torso. Alright, so 2 more mechs here to round it out, both firing at the Thunderbolt, the Panther and the Vindicator. I am going to go for group fire. I need 8s on both. So here we go. LRM 5 and PPC, starting with the Vindicator. Oh, God. And now moving on to the Panther. Come on. Come on, Panther. Give me something good. Unbelievable. Just total garbage. Turn 8 damage report. Things are continuing to slowly decline. The Thunderbolt finally getting punched through on that right side, up to 3 points of heat, or I should say down to 3 points of heat. Loses a heat sink, but that water keeping it cool. I'd have to give the upper hand to the Vegan Rangers, though, because that Charger's starting to get ripped apart. Now the right arm is gone, that right torso, internal, both legs damaged, lots of those torso sections on the brink. So this mech is in a precarious situation. The rest of the land's doing okay. The Panther slowly climbing up the heat meter there, and the Atlas back up to 2. Alright, it's turn 9. Lance is still sort of dancing around. Both of us sort of afraid to commit here due to the campaign rules. I really don't want to lose that Charger. So what we're doing here is we're going to be continuing to fire down on that Thunderbolt. Now the Capellans lost initiative, so I had to move first. I am going to start out with my Atlas, who's continuing to just meander at a, at a very, very fast 54 kilometers per hour along that river edge. Now, I'm alpha striking, I'll be building up some heat, so I will be looking at a heat penalty next turn. I need 7s and 8s to hit. So again, going at this guy here, the Thunderbolt, with the engine damage, looking for 7s and 8s. That's better. Here we go, 7s and 8s. Alright, so this is a miss. This is a miss. Ugh, man, not what I wanted. Okay, so rolling for clusters here. Alright, it's at least 20 points of damage. Hard to knock over that Thunderbolt in the water, though. Here we go. For location. So we've got a little left torso, a little more CT, and then some left arm. Alright, Charger is up next, firing across at that Thunderbolt. He needs 6s to hit. We are going to group fire. AC 10. Running a little low on ammo, though. I'm not going to lie. Here we go. That was me smacking my head if you heard that noise. So at least the LRM hits. Looking for, God, horrendous. What is going on? It must be nighttime now. Like I said, the sun must have just completely set.
They can't see anything.
They can't see anything. All right, so where's the 5 points hit? Ooh, right torso. It's juicy. Good news. The right torso of that Thunderbolt explodes, showering the creek bed with debris. That is an objective point for the Capellan Chargers and the Death Commandos. Now, I still have 2 more shots coming in, though, from the Vindicator, PPC, LRM 5, need 8s. All right, another PPC hit here. Left arm, though. Not what we wanted, but good enough. And then the Panther just needs a little bit higher number here, 8s and 9s. Not bad. Another PPC shot. All right, and where's that going? If it's left arm, I quit.
Mission failed.
All right, well, it's 20 points to the left arm. I'm not quitting, but not what I wanted either. Still, though, put that Thunderbolt in forced withdrawal. That could be the objective point that we needed here to turn the tide. So, Rangers still have a chance to fight back. We'll see what's happened in just a second.
So the Rangers are still making their way over, trying to take a couple more shots at that Charger, getting a bit more damage before they get the heck out of here, being that the Thunderbolt did take significant damage in that round. So we're going to start off with the Wolverine. The Wolverine's going to shoot at the Charger. He came down off the hill, got himself in a little bit more a little better of a position to shoot at him. He's going to need an 8 with his large.
I feel like that's the best number of the game for this guy.
It is. He's typically 9s and 10s, so right now he's going to need an 8.
All right, let's see what he can do.
Come on, buddy. He
Gets
hits.
it.
Cool.
He has done pretty well. I think he's only missed twice. All right, so 2d6 for location. That charger's banged up, so a well-placed shot. That is right leg.
5.
I think that may go internal.
So the trebuchet has backed himself out of the water, positioning himself for future shots. Right now he's going to be going against the charger as well. So he needs 6s on the LRMs.
All right.
So
I feel like he's needed 6s the whole game.
he's needed a lot of 6s. He hasn't hit many of them, but he has needed a lot of 6s.
I hope he misses. Damn it. Oh, he misses 1.
All right. So
The hex works.
He misses
All right,
1.
So 2d6 for clusters. All right, so just 5 points of damage. That is unfortunate. So,
see where it hits.
Yep. All right, so that is a 4. So that's right arm. So 5 more points into the right arm. But that is destroyed. So that is going to go into the right torso. Not bad.
And the Thunderbolt has stayed in the water to continue helping him with the heat that he's building up. He is going to be shooting at the Charger as well, needing 6s on the LRM and the PPC.
All right.
All right, Halo, let's see what you got, buddy. Sweet.
Well, we'll swap this one. We'll pretend that was yellow.
Yeah, I'm tired.
It is late, but we have 2 hits, so that's good. So we need to confirm clusters on the LRM. Either way, it's going to force yet another piloting check. So that is 15 points of damage, so one of the clusters misses. So we'll roll the PPC and 1 cluster and the yellow die, and we will see where these things hit. So that is center torso and right torso. That is where you wanted it. Let's see what happens.
Da-da-da.
Turn 9 damage report. This could be the decisive turn. The Thunderbolt, under a barrage from those Capellans, has its right side just disintegrated. Loses 5 heat sinks, is now in forced withdrawal, up to 5 points of heat in the water, looking at a movement penalty. That Thunderbolt is in trouble, but the rest of the land still primarily just undamaged. On the Capellan side, they almost took that Charger out internal on the CT and the right torso and the right leg, destroyed a hip actuator, but just could not finish. And so that Charger is continuing to be operational and in the fight. The rest of the Lance rallying to cover that damaged Charger, the Atlas up to 5 points of heat, and that Panther up to 4 points of heat. The Yanis Valley, a desperate struggle between 2 lances, the Capellan Confederation and the 12th Vagan Rangers. It's coming to an end though. The Vagan Rangers deciding to withdraw instead of battling it out. Both forces overall not in terrible shape. The Charger on the brink, but the Capellans did get that crushing blow. Already 1 engine hit on that Thunderbolt. So instead of risking that very valuable mech, Rick decides to pull his forces back very wisely, I think. So we're going to go to the after-action report, and we'll wrap this thing up. Alright guys, there it is, 6,800 points or thereabouts, wrapped up. I think it was 6,820 BV on the nose. And they were 2 pretty good forces. I thought it was evenly matched.
Yeah.
Was very impressed with your lance movement.
Well, thank you.
It was very cohesive. It was hard to kind of... I started with the Wolverine and I was having flashbacks of playing Kevin. And it's just so hard to hit that 3 mod.
Yep.
So then I switched off to the Thunderbolt. But even still, that thing's a tank.
We had some solid shots. I mean, I think if our rolling was slightly better, it might have progressed along a little bit faster.
Yeah, we were pushing into turn 9 there
Right.
at the end, so that was pretty brutal. But yeah, I thought the terrain was cool. I like the sort of the river valley. The water effects really make it difficult to maneuver.
Absolutely.
And there was a point at which I wanted to move my Atlas right into the creek.
Would have been stuck there all night.
He would have been stuck there all night, so I opted to just keep him along the bank. But I couldn't really bring a lot of my short-range weaponry to bear. I mean, your Wolverine was basically just using a large the whole game.
Didn't get to use any of the short stuff on that one. I was trying to pull him in there at the end, but still, just never able to get him into...
Yeah, and all the Jenner did was take a couple shots.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm lucky I brought the Panther. I was actually really afraid that he was going to get gibbed because he's so slow, has such a crappy modifier, and has like no armor. But I think once you sunk your teeth into that Charger,
yeah,
it was hard
going
to let
for
go.
him.
Yeah. So overall though, it just came down to the dice because that Charger was internal on the right, lost its right arm. You eventually got through, I think, on the CT2. So it was close, but just a minor victory for the Capellans. So
And the Rangers will be back to fight another day.
yeah, I think so. That's what they'll do. But guys, hope you enjoyed this battle report. Mission 2 wrapped up. Keep your eyes peeled for Mission 3 with the holiday coming. Who knows? Might be soon. Might be in the new year. We'll see. We'll see how it really comes down to the wives.
It sure does, man. It sure
God.
does.
But hey, guys, thanks again for watching. Rick, thanks for coming out, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, I enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun. Guys, happy holidays. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, leave us a comment, and stay tuned. Always more coming from Death from Above Wargaming.